Story time. In 2010, I went to the US, and because of how far I was going, I had to take a bus for a good little while. So while I was on the bus for that good little while, it broke down twice, as in two separate occasions it broke down. Anyway, I was stranded there with a group of people, for one for like 6 hours and the other for about 2 hours. And as groups of people do when they're stranded together, we started to talk. And the conversation went something like this.
Hey.
Hi.
Where are you from? You've got a little accent thing going on.
Jamaica.
Oh really? I'm Jamaican.
Oh Zine, which parish you come from?
Oh, well, I don't really know the parishes and stuff. I've never actually been there. My grandparents were born there or something.
And this or some variation to this happened to me like 3 times. Another example, I was randomly strolling through YouTube a couple weeks ago and I saw this Latin song that I really liked, so I click on it. And the guy in the description is like, well, you know, I'm half Puerto Rican, so I really love this song. And I'm like, no, you're not half Puerto Rican, you're 100% American. Why is it that Americans feel the need to attach titles onto their American? It's like an obsession. American is just not good enough for them. They have to be Jamaican or Trinidadian or half Puerto Rican. I find this really strange and intriguing. Like being on the internet, you see so many classes. There's Native American, Italian American, Mexican American, Chinese American, and the ever so annoyingly present African American. Just as an aside here, I as a black person take offense to the term African American. I mean, it is so silly. Firstly, why is it okay to call a white person white, but it's not okay to call a black person black? I mean, obviously we aren't black. My dress is black. But white people aren't white either. Like the color or the shade white. So what's the big deal? And then there's the other big problem of the word African. People, let's just get this straight. Africa is a continent. It contains many countries like Egypt and Sudan and South Africa, which actually happens to contain a lot of white people. I just think that in this day and age, it's kind of silly to claim somebody's title just like that. Anyway, tying it all together, I think the reason why Americans feel the need to titleize, yes, that's my new word, titleize, themselves is because they feel this need to identify with a particular ethnicity. So they'll say, and I hear this on YouTube all the time, oh, I'm Filipino. When obviously you're not Filipino because Filipinos live in the Philippines. I mean, America is a really big place with a lot of different backgrounds and it's really diverse. So if you identify as Korean, you have something in common with somebody else who identifies as Korean. But be ye not deceived, Americans, you're actually none of those things. You're just American. And that's okay. Here in Jamaica, we have people of West African descent, Chinese, Indian, Syrian, English, all over the place. But if you ask them to introduce themselves, what do you think they're going to tell you? Oh, well, you know, I'm half Chinese, 1/8 Syrian, 1/8 English, and quarter Ghanaian. Nope. They're going to say, Jamaican, rah, 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 rah. I mean, in this day and age, who knows what they even are? Everybody probably has some trace of every race, which is a very silly term to me, in them. And as time progresses, we'll have more people who can't identify with just one. So what are we going to do? Are we going to keep coining terms like mulatto and mestizo and Cablinasian? I think that's a really pointless endeavor. If you feel the need to label yourself as something, I find that it's much easier to just stick to your nationality. But at the end of the day, labels really don't matter. We are all one species, one humanity. And I think that if you pick one random person from anywhere on this globe, you will probably find more similarities with them than you will differences. So Americans, I'm going to do you a favor. You see, because American is such a big nationality name, Because, I mean, I live in the Americas geographically. And I know some persons in Central and South America consider themselves Americans. American. So here's the thing, Americans. You guys need your own nationality name. And as your New Year's gift, I am going to give it to you. Ready? Drum roll, please. There it is. USinians. Yay! So there you have it. USinians. Run with it, Americans. Americans, nobody says that anymore. Alright, that's like so 22. It's USinians. Pay me money. USinians. Big up on yourselves. All my USinian friends. So seriously, American USinians, you're welcome. USinians. Alright, people, everything sounds weird at first, but you have to just get used to it, alright? USAians, USinians, United, no, Unites, USArians, USites, oh, meteorites. Alright, help me out now.
USinian.
USinian.